Today's Thursday the 10th. It's been a couple of days since I started this video, and I don't remember where I left off, but I do remember being very tired by the time I got to the wire part. And so I thought what I would do is when I edit the video, I'll probably cut out a chunk of it that was creating the wire on this one, and I will start a new one today. But I'll show you real quick. This is the finished one, the first one we did together, where I just put flowers on, and I really like how it turned out. It's very pretty. And it's all dry now. Everything's staying real well. So the Aliens Tacky Glue works really well. And this is the one with the wire on it. It's just kind of a fun, whimsical one. And so what we're going to do today, I'll put these to the side, is I'm going to start with one that's wire. And I've got a couple more that I want to do. This one, not so much, maybe a lot of wire, maybe this one, I'm not sure. But first, I wanted to tell you, when you finish covering your clay with your paper or whatever you cover it with, or if you just paint it, which I might do to the little balls here that I did not cover. I covered one, but I didn't cover some of the other ones. You can then paint over these if you want to, and one of the hearts I did, I just took paint colors that I liked and I just dabbed it all over, and then I took gold and dabbed the gold on and then sealed it again, and that gave it the marbly look that it has. And on another one, a couple of them I think, I just took Stays-On pads, old pads. This one's old, this one's not, but this one's brown, this one's black, and I wanted to try brown on one. And I just go over all the textury part of this and it rubs off, and that gives it the look I want. On these two, I decided I'm not going to paint them anymore. There's enough color going on. What I want to do is just kind of highlight the textury part of it. So I'm going to put black on one and brown on the other. I'm going to start with the brown first and see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I can go over it with black. But the first thing I want to do is this heart here. I need a pointer, my little pointer. Oop, we got ribbon instead. This heart is raised. There's a second heart that I adhered to the clay before I heated it and hardened it. I want to kind of try to bring that out a little bit. So I thought what I would do is take one of my Posca pens, and I would outline the area and then try to smear it in and see if it would highlight for me. But I don't think this is going to work, because this color brown just doesn't do it for me for this kind of thing. It works well on my art pages for outlining, but for this, not so much. I don't know. We're going to go with it and see. I might just bring in some brown paint and do it. Yeah, we're going to bring in some brown paint. So I was just going to share that with you. If you put anything extra on your pieces, you can bring the piece out a little bit by highlighting it just a tad. So I don't know if I want a dry brush or if I want to wet my brush a little bit. Let's try the dry brush first. We'll dab some off on our mat though to get rid of some of the excess paint. Just dabbing it in and then kind of smearing it with my finger. It's hard to get into that with my finger though. Let's wet my brush just a tad. This might work better. Then let's wipe it off. That's not working very well. I don't really like it. But by the time I'm done, you probably won't notice it anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I thought I'd give it a try. Alright. Let's start with this one here, the rectangle. And what I'm going to do, if I can get this cap back on, I'm going to use black on this one. And I just take the pad and I'm just going to rub over it. And this is a really old one, so I've got to rub pretty hard to get any ink to come off, but it does come. And then as my pads get older, I'll throw away these and I will use the ones that are getting older that are newer for this. And I think you can re-ink these, but I don't think I really want to bother with that. I don't know, I haven't checked into it yet to see if I will or not. I might. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can tell, I'm going to hold both of those up to the camera really close so you can see. I think this is one of my favorite things to do, is take the old pads and just rub it, because it's hard to get the ink off and you really have to rub hard to get it. And it feels like I'm sanding or something. I don't know, it's the builder in me. I love to build and demolition and things like that. I need my own little wood workshop's what I need. My son's doing that now. I'm going to put him to work as soon as I can. I'm going to make up some patterns and I'm going to see if he'll cut some stuff for me. I'm sure he will. Hopefully he will. Okay, now I'll show you the difference. See the difference in the two? Same pattern, same napkin. One has the rub-on, the stays-on rubbed on it, and one doesn't. I just like it. It just brings out a little bit of a highlight to it. And I'm going to try brown on this one, but I may switch over to the black. This is a newer pad, so it's not going to be as hard to rub on the ink, so I've got to be careful. We'll cover the whole thing. Definitely going on easier. Can't get anything in that little corner there. Well, it's kind of pretty, but you know what? I think I'm going to put some black on there anyway. See the difference in the ability to get the ink off of the pad? So this one's going to have black and brown. So, all right, I'm happy with that. And if I wanted to make it shiny again, I could seal over it one more time, but I don't think I will. I want to get on with the show. All right, let's do this one first. Okay, this one, I was thinking, I pulled out a few pieces that I want to use already. I was thinking of bringing this to the top and this to the bottom. And we're going to need some jump rings. That's what these are called. I couldn't remember them the other day because I told you I'm not a jewelry maker. I just know I do what works best for me. So the way I'm showing you how to do these hearts is not a tried and true just technique that you'd use that somebody would put in a book. It's just me winging it because I know there's probably better ways to do this. As long as I can get accomplished what I want to accomplish, that's all I care about. That makes me happy. So, all right, we've got that. And I'm going to use this, it's 20 gauge. It's actually a gunmetal color, which I liked, as opposed to, let's see what this is. This is a gold. I think it's gold. No, this is gunmetal also. I really like the gunmetal color. They're both 20 gauge, so maybe I'll just go ahead and use this one since it's almost gone. There is a silver that I could use. It's easier to use because it's a smaller wire. It's a 24 gauge. The higher the number, the smaller the wire. But I really want the gunmetal, so I think I'm going to do that. And I told you before, I mix metals and wires and colors and all that kind of stuff. So to me, it doesn't really matter. Whether it's silver, gold, gunmetal, a mixture, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, my goal is to get wire through here and hold all this stuff on and wrap it around the piece here and possibly add on some more embellishments. That's kind of the goal. So what I need to do is figure out how much wire I need to do that. And I may have to use 2 pieces of wire. It just depends. I'd like not to though. So if I go straight down, see, this is just me winging it, okay? If I pretend that I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to go straight down here through the center and connect this, then I probably need about that much. But I want to come back up and wrap around, and I need to make a loop up here also. So let's see if this will fit through once or twice. Probably just once. No, maybe twice. I think I'll just do it once. All right, so if I'm going to go down through here and then come back up and wrap, I'll do it about 3 times the length. We'll just go that route. It's probably a little more than that. And if it's not enough, we'll use it for something else. Okay, the first thing I want to do is probably make a little loop to hold a ribbon or something to hang this by, like a piece of sari ribbon or something like that. So what I'm going to do is just bend this over a little bit and make a little opening like that. And I'm going to wrap this around itself and hopefully it'll fit in easy. Okay, so I wrapped it around itself like that. And I'm going to stick my wire into the end of my bead. And I'm going to hope the wrapped wire fits down inside. And it does, so we're good. Okay, you could even put a little bit of glue here if you wanted to, and I may do that, I'm not sure. So, okay, one more wrap. Probably better use the tool, but all right. Okay, then I'm going to take my other bead and run my wire through. So it's like this. Okay, then I'm going to run it through my piece here, my clay, like this. And I don't care if it's straight, I don't care if it's even, I don't care about all that stuff. Then I need to hook this to the bottom. Now first, these two have to be connected. So you want to take your little jump ring, I think that's called jump ring, I'm pretty sure. And you want to open it. And the way you open it, you don't pull it apart this way, you twist it away from each other, opposites of each other, so that you can twist it back easily. And you can use 2 pliers if you want to, or 2. I just use my finger. And let's hook that on. And then bring it back together. Make sure it's as tight and close together as you can get it. Okay, so those are connected now. Okay. All right. Now I need to figure out, do I want to bring my wire back up through? I might do that. All right, let's slide this on our wire first. So your bottom piece that's hanging is going on the wire. Then I'm going to bring my wire and either, you could stop right here and just start wrapping like this, which would probably be okay, like that. But in this case, I'm going to bring it back up through the center because there's a lot of opening there, and start from the top. So we'll make space here and get it come through. And you got to come through, if your wire is straight, it's better because you're hitting against foil in the center. So going down was easier than coming up. So we're going to come out, and it's out. I just got to get it to the side there. Well, give it to me. There. Come on. All right, I'm going to pull it off to the side. I don't want it to go through these again. So let's pull that all the way out. And I'm going to pull it just enough to give me a little place to hook my little charm. So it looks like it's hooked there on purpose. And I'll show you in just a second. It's kind of hard to do this. Okay. So now what you've got is a hook down here, like a little ring. And I'm just going to twist it a little bit so it kind of stays in place. There. Okay. It's kind of hard to do this on film. I don't know how you jewelry makers do it. Okay, so now my bottom is hooked on. And I've twisted this bottom piece of this wire here just a little bit to kind of secure it there. It's not really secured, it's just an illusion, but it made me feel better. But once I bring this wire back down and I start beading things, it'll stay. So next thing I want to do is start wrapping my wire around like this. But what I want to do first is go get my beads and stuff that I'm going to put on here. So I need to cut these apart, and I'll be back in a second, okay? Okay, I got my beads taken apart, and I was going to add some more colored beads in, but I think I'm just going to use what came on the strand. And it's a mixture of color, and there's a couple of, there's some white little clear seed beads thrown in there, and I'll probably use those too. So we've got 4 out. Let's start with that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is use a seed bead because I want that on the side because it's small. And I probably have more wire than I need, but just put that on your wire and slide it down to where you want it. And pull your wire and come around. Hold it with your other finger and then maybe grab one of these gold ones. Okay. And these are not, they don't have holes. There's a center, but not edges, so it's gonna kind of wanna wobble on this, and it's okay once you get it on there. It's all right, it'll just look kind of cool. And I'll grab another seed bead. If they're seed beads, these may be bigger than seed beads. Not sure. Okay. Let's grab one of these. Let's grab this one. This is hard to show. It's much easier to do than show. Okay, then I'm going to bring my wire up around this way. Just all you want to do is crisscross and turn and angle it different ways and put different beads on until you are satisfied with what you have and you're finished. And I'm going to show you a little thing I do after I'm done to kind of help the beads stay in place. Put that there. I'll bring this around. I want another one of these on the front. Okay, and let's wire around and around. I'm going to try and go to the back and up. You need to find a place for stopping, and I think I want to try to stop right here and probably wind it around here a couple times. It's pulling this apart, but I think I'm okay with that. I might do a little bit of a texture, like a textile bow or something in here just to kind of cover that gap. The gap was going to be there even if I didn't wind this wire around. And then just hide the wire the best way you can. Sometimes I cut it off. Sometimes I roll it like this and just so it's not real sharp. Okay. So then what I want to do, sometimes the beads want to close in together, so I just take my little tool here and I find the places I want the beads, and I take the wire in between and I just kind of twist it to give it a little bit of a tug, and it changes the direction of things. And it helps secure your beads in where you want them to stay, if they're loose. If they're not loose, you don't have to worry about it. Just a little twist here and there. Okay. Okay. So that's what we have so far. And then I want to decide what I want to hang this with. So I need to do that, and I will come back with you guys in just a second. Before I make my final decision, I wanted to tell you guys what I decided to do around the neck area. I took my StazOn brown and I just rubbed a little bit on my lace here, and I'm just cutting a little piece of lace, and I'm just going to tie it right here. And let me get it around here, then I'll come back in frame. I know I'm out of frame right now, and I'm sorry. Okay, now I've got it wrapped. Then I'm just going to tie a little knot here like this, and I'm just going to leave it like that. That's all I'm doing. I tied one little time. I didn't make a complete like double knot or anything. Okay? So that's all I'm doing there, and that made it a little more secure, fills in the gap, makes it look like you planned it, and it just added a little texture, little textile texture to it. I like it. I think it's cute. I was thinking about using this sari ribbon for the hanger, but I don't really like this blue too much with this green, so I need to find something else that I like better. So when I'm going to go do that, and then I'll come back. I may try to find something that kind of blends with these, what do you call them? Beads, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. So let me do that and I'll be right back. I'm going to use this sari ribbon here in this color. I was thinking about using this, but I changed my mind and I'm not going to use this. So let's just tie a little knot at the end here. You make the hanging space, the opening, as big or little as you want it. And you can cut off the tips if you want or not. I don't know until I get it on there if I want to. And you slide your ribbon through. And through again. I think I'll leave the tips. I like it. Okay. So this one's done. It almost looks like a little angel. Didn't plan it that way, I'll admit it, but it does look kind of that way. It's kind of cute, like it. I just think it's really fun. All right, so this one's done. We'll set this one aside, and let's do this one. This one has to be done a little different because the hole goes in the front instead of on the top all the way through. So for this one, I'm going to put the wire through. The wire is probably about 38 inches long. It's more than I probably need, but I use the rest off the roll. I'm going to put the wire through the hole, and I'm going to bring up a piece of it to the top right here. And I want to keep a long tail because I'm going to have to figure out a way to loop these down on here and keep them together up top. So I want to twist these together in the center. Twist them together like this, okay? So you have one sticking up in the center now after you've twisted. The other one's still dangling loose, okay? All right. So the one that's sticking up, I'm going to put on my pieces that I want. There's one, and I'll put this center one. And then I'll put this one. I didn't need to leave as much, but that's okay. We couldn't tell. Now, let's see. This one I can actually stick through this bead, so I may do that when I've wrapped it. Okay. I'm going to take the end and I'm going to stick it back through this top bead like this. Push it down as far as it'll go. When it stops, I'm just going to twist. I need to hold this. Okay, so now I have a hanging portion. Okay. So after I've taken the wire that's sticking up and put it back down into the first bead that actually fits both wires, I twisted it. Now there's a little space there. I don't really care. That's fine with me. And now I have my bottom wire that's still hanging down here. So what I want to do is start wrapping my heart, and I want to find myself down here at some point leaving a loop, a little place to hang this at some point. So we got to keep that in mind as we're wrapping our heart. And I need to get a few beads out, so let me get the beads prepared so I can grab them easily, and then we'll start wrapping. Okay, got a bunch of little beads out. So I'm just going to grab one, stick it on the end of the wire, and slide it up. Ooh. And you can lose these. Some of these are even smaller than this. It's just amazing. I'm going to put one there. Probably will cover it with a flower. I'm pretty sure I will. So I'm going to grab one of these orangey, goldish looking ones. And let's come around the back. Grab one of these. So I'm going to do this off camera, or now I'll put this in fast forward, and then I will come back when I'm finished. This is where I want to show you how I managed to get back down to the bottom, and I'm going to make a little loop here for me to hang some things on. It doesn't have to be big, just a little one. I'm going to twist the wire a little bit. And it won't be perfectly centered because it's hard to center something that is pointy and there's really no room for anything. Okay. All right. Then I'm just going to keep going. Okay, I'm coming down to the end of my wire, and what I want to do is just bring it back up to the top. And I'm going to wrap it around the bead that's there and the wire that's there, and just wrap. Then I could bring this through the hole back here and tie it off, and maybe I'll do that. Let's see. I'll cut it about right there. And I'll just wrap it into the hole. And you probably won't see it. I doubt it'll come out. If it does, I'll be surprised. Just twist the wire just a little bit to get it to stay. And then that's what I do with the wire down here. And you can see this is not wanting to stay in the right position. Told you it probably wouldn't. But I'm going to tighten the wires a little bit here and there just to get them to stay kind of in place. I don't know if this is something you do in making things with wire. I have no idea. That's just what I came up with to help me stabilize stuff I was doing. Okay, so now there's our heart. All right, let me cover this before I knock them all over on the floor. Now we have these two down here, and I'm going to take one of these jump rings and I'm going to attach them together, and I'll make them kind of apart. And then I'm going to take another one, different colors, and don't really want, well, yeah, let's do that. Let's just be bold and do that. All right, so first thing I want to do is attach this jump ring, like I said, to pull them apart sideways to this piece. And then I want to attach it to the heart, bottom, and then bring it back together. Get them as close and snug as you can. That's not always easy. And then I want to attach the next two pieces. Let's see. Okay. All right, that's all attached. And then I want to decide what I want to hang this with. So I'm looking over here and I see this piece of sari ribbon. That's perfect, but it's right in the center of the ribbon, so maybe this end will work. That'll work. I like the sari ribbon. It's just pretty. And it's very textury, textile-y. I love ribbons and fabric and textiles, so it's right up my alley. Let's do that. And then pull our sari ribbon through our hole. And tie it off. Okay. I decided I do want a flower in here. And I'm going to go with this flower, and I'm going to take some of this leftover lace sitting here, and I'm going to put that on there too. So what I'm going to do is kind of crinkle that up in the center, and let's see if I like this first. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to glue the lace in here. It's going to put glue right in the center here where the hole is. And set the lace down, kind of gathered up. And then I'm going to take my flower, and I was going to stick the wire through it, but I think I won't. I'll leave a little bit of wire on it, just not much though. All right, I'm going to take a bunch of glue and put it on here. Whoop, what a good that did me. Let's crinkle it back up again. Stick that through the hole. Okay, and that takes a lot of the lace and gathers it in, so it's not as much sticking out, which is fine because I didn't want that much sticking out. I was going to trim it off, and then it has to dry. Okay, now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. So let's go out and look at the heart. I need 3 hands. There we go. So now that has to dry. So while that's drying, we'll do the next one. The next one I want to do is the bird. Now the bird, I've got to add some color to him. I don't know if I should, but I want to. And I want to add in some of my blue that I love so much. And maybe some white. Not real sure I want to add the white, but we'll try. We'll see. I might not. Oops. Okay. I could leave him just like this. I could add some silver. I might do that too. Some silver. We don't want gold. Not on this one. Okay. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to dab some paint on. I'm going to see if I like the paint. Hopefully I will. Put a little on his tail. A little on his wing. Put some on his belly. And a little bit on his head there. Okay. I don't have my apron on. I almost wiped my finger on my clothes. And let's take a little of the white and kind of just tone it down just a little bit. And let's see if we like it. Hopefully we will. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. Painting completely solid? I don't know. And I'm going to put some white over the rest of him. And maybe a little blue back here to pretend there's a wing, even though there's not. Okay, let's dry him and then I'll come back. Well, let's put some silver on just to see. I'm debating on whether or not I want to put in a beak or not. This is just dabbing it anywhere and everywhere. Okay. I'm going to dry him and then we'll come back and talk about this because I don't know what I want to do. I gotta think. He's dry enough. I'm not going to seal him again. What I want to do on this one is I want to take one of these that Victor sent me. And he sent me several in a Happy Mail one time, not too long ago. And I thought I would try to use one on one of these clay projects. And what I want to do is I want to bring him through the top, bring this through the top. And I'm pulling it tight because these little beads fit in the hole. So I want to make sure that it's all the way down as far as it'll go. It won't come through the other side though, because the holes are different shapes, different sizes on both sides. And there's a little place up here to hang something by, so I can put a little jump ring or something up here to hang. And I wasn't sure what to do to the bottom. I was thinking of putting some beads or something, but I didn't want to add any more. This looks good. That looks cute, but it won't flush up to his bottom, his belly. So it would just sort of hang there once I got it secured, because right now this is all sliding. Maybe I could glue it and it would stay. I could leave this as a stick pin that could be stuck in something like a piece of styrofoam or something, but Victor suggested wrapping the wire, curling the wire, so I think that's what I'm going to do. But I can't decide if I want to. I want to seal him there. All right, what I'm going to do is put a bunch of glue here to glue these in place, and then glue on the bottom here, and hopefully they will all stay. where they're supposed to. Ugh, glue tastes bad. Okay, and that'll dry clear, so I gotta hold that for a while. So I'm gonna come back after this is fairly dry and I can work with it, and I will glue the bottom on. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'll do that off camera so I can do both. I'll glue the bottom, and it's only gonna be glued in a couple spots. Wherever it touches the bird is the only place it's gonna be glued. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And then I'll come back. Okay, be right back with you. Okay, while I was waiting on the glue to dry, I added a little bird with a little tiny jump ring to the front, and then to the side with this wire that's hanging off that I left loose. It's just a little charm that says forever on it. So that's that. All right, this one still is not quite dry. I'm thinking that I'm not going to get to do what I want to do, so I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try and just curve it around like this. This will help the flower stay in place. Now if I can get it off of there. There. That will help the flower stay in place. If it was to come loose, it wouldn't go very far. And I'm going to hang something from the bottom. I'm going to hang these from the bottom. So let's do that. Try to straighten that out just a little bit. I don't know if this will fit. It's kind of big. The little wire that I just curled is a little big, so we'll see. And we'll go this way. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. I have to tell you guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. This video, from the time I started filming this a couple days ago till today, has exhausted me. I'm just exhausted. Oh my goodness. I love doing this, but it's so much easier off camera for me. On camera, I'm just not used to showing this kind of thing, and I don't know. I hope that you were able to gather from it what to do and how to do it. And it's basically just create your shapes with your clay and your foil, which is the part that I felt like I was, needing to show you guys. The rest of it is just make it up as you go. At least that's what I've done. Whether it's wire or fabric or whatever you want to put on your stuff, you just figure out how you want it and then figure out how to get the wire to do what you want it to do. You be in control of your wire. You're the boss of your wire. So, who says that? Dee Dee, you're the bossy pants of your journal page. I think that's what she says. You're the boss of your wire. So, I need to decide how I want to hang this. And once I figure that out, I'll come back and tell you what I've done. And then I'm going to show you all the ones we've done. And together they look really pretty. So I will be back in a second. Okay, here we are with what we've done so far. The only things I didn't do were these little round balls here. And I didn't finish what I'd done the other day, which is this little bird. I'll probably do that maybe tomorrow off camera. And these I have not told you about, but I might do a video about these and explain what it is and how to do it and create something with it. But I'm not going to tell you about it today because I don't have it in me. Just don't have it in me. And there's also this little piece here that I created that I haven't finished. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it was just leftover clay, so I went ahead and did something with it. Okay, let's look at what we have. I'll start with the ones that I did before so that you know what we've done on camera. These are the ones that I'm going to show you that were in question, that people questioned me about, that asked me about videos and stuff. So here's one, and I know you've seen these, but in case you're new and you haven't seen the other video, then here you go. On here, this little one. Very simple. This one, they're very simple to make, but boy, is it hard to describe and film and show. But I wanted to do it for you because you asked. And this one, and this one here. These were all created before, and I just shared them with you. I think that's it. I think all these are the ones I created with you. So as far as creating with you, here's this one. This is kind of like the oddball of the group. It doesn't fit in with anything, but it's kind of cute. And this little guy here, he's kind of plain. And I don't think I would have wanted to add beads on here anyway because it's so small. So it's fine. This one here, I love this one. Love the blue with it. And this guy, I really love this guy too. Just different looking. Okay, and this guy, I love this one. If I can get it all turned around right for you there. And the last one that we did, well, almost last one. There. Okay. So when I go to edit this video, I hope that I covered enough that I feel comfortable putting it up for you. Because honestly, it would have been much easier for you to be sitting here with me doing it rather than me showing you on camera. But anyway, I hope that you are able to see that it's really fairly easy and make some of your own. Just get some clay, get some foil, make some shapes, cover it, bake it with the manufacturer's recommended time, and then play. You can skip all the wire and the hooking and the finagling and stuff and just add some ribbon and a bow and a flower and a key or something like that, and it's just as cute. So you don't have to do all this extra stuff. I just happen to love the metals and stuff. I love that kind of look, and I really enjoyed this a lot. All right, have a great weekend. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow I'm having fun on Skype with a couple of friends, and I might finish off these little things. I don't know. And whatever I finish, I'll share with you. All right, see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Hope you have fun and go create some clay. And if you do, I want to see, because I think it's fun to see what you've made and inspired by. All right, talk to you later. Ugh, tired, ready for coffee. Bye-bye.